Keep an eye for those guys in lane number 6 as well. And the old guys from Injustice, lane number 2, all the way from Perth, WA. Keep an eye on those guys as well. Now, heading into an event like this, as we get underway, the challenge going through the bar muscle-ups, obviously you have to hit them unbroken.
I mean, kind of, but not really. I mean, the bike takes a little bit of time. If you did 20 unbroken bar muscle-ups, I think it takes, somewhere between 35 seconds. So if you took one break of 10 seconds, you would still have a little bit of time. And I actually found this workout to be a little more grippy than I had anticipated because we did 10s. So, I mean, breaking, if that saves your grip and you can hold on at the end to pass somebody or maybe win, is not a bad strategy, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think the workout's necessarily won from the bike and bar and muscle up. You could lose it there, but the barbell after this is going to play a huge role in the workout.
Yeah.
Our two guys in particular from Reebok CrossFit, Frankston, Rob Forte and Jay Crouch. You probably know a lot about Rob Forte, but not so much about Jay. Jay's an up-and-coming athlete. Nearly qualified for the CrossFit Games at the Down Under CrossFit Championship this year. But he is knocking on the door to take over from where Rob is maybe going to step off and hang up those nanos. But we'll have to wait and see. But those guys in lane number 3 and probably are going to be the ones that may push Royce and Rich all the way in this event.
Yeah, they made the switch already.
Rory McKernan joining us on the competition floor as well. How hot are we down there at the moment, Ro?
I'm not going to lie to you, Jeremy. It's actually kind of pleasant out here. I got a little breeze coming through on the competition floor. The girls can speak to it better than I can in terms of what it feels like to compete there. My curiosity, ladies, was there was a little bit of talk about the slipperiness of the bar. Was it a little bit less tacky than you're used to?
I mean, a hair, nothing to really
Nothing to write home about.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So it shouldn't be an issue. And like you said,
we're kind of spoiled though. Like every bar at Rich's house, gym, everywhere is a Spiel bar, which is coated in chalk. So.
See, I thought you'd say the opposite. He just puts like grease on the bar and makes it harder for every single event.
He would.
He would do that.
So you guys here competing, although this is an unsanctioned event. So how did the decision get made to come to this event? Because you have your work cut out for you this year. You guys are going to have to travel across the world in order to qualify. As everybody knows, you can't qualify through the Open. So what went into the decision to come to Torian Pro?
Rich kind of made that decision. I think they had reached out to him and asked, just because we're friends with Royce, and Royce has been doing the Mayhem program for a while, and we've heard a lot about this event because Tia's done it, a bunch of big names, and our friends have done it. So, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, we had the opportunity to come out to Australia and meet everyone here at the Torian Pro and get some practice in with each other. Yep. So it's been awesome.
Practice fighting jet lag, because you guys are going to be going. What do we know so far? Are we going to go to what's the first event we're looking at in terms of sanctioned events? Do you know?
Strength and depth. Yeah, that's end of January, I believe.
So less airplane time, but still going across the pond and having to compete and put out. So maybe good practice for that as well.
Yep.
Barbell cycles starting down the competition floor at Pat Rafter Arena in Brisbane, Australia. And Royce making light work. But it is very tight right across the field. JC Jardim in the pink shorts. Okay. CrossFit Games athlete this year, qualifying through his heritage in Zimbabwe. But Rich Froning still leading the charge. JC now moving his barbell into second position.
They did 5s.
And they are doing 5 reps at a time.
We'll make sure to
We could brag about that later.
Oh, exactly right. Yeah. How come you guys only did 5s?
Yeah. Come on.
So, Rose spoke about the jet lag coming out. A newfound appreciation for those Australian and New Zealand athletes that have to come all the way to the CrossFit Games. Some leave it very late, but some go very early and maybe spend too much time going to
away
the CrossFit
from home.
Games.
Yeah. That's a hard one to figure out. I mean, I think it's just like, competing. A little bit of experience and doing it a few times with trial and error definitely pays off. They're looking good.
Royce here. We've got about a 5-rep lead between Royce and Rich in lane number 5, which is JC and E. You guys tell me about training with Rich. We make a big deal out of it. We say Rich brings people's games up. You both are amazing athletes with individual experience at the CrossFit Games. What is it about training with Mayhem or training at the barn, or what is it about training with Rich that kind of brings games up?
I think it's totally awesome. He leads by example. He comes into the gym and works hard, and just that makes you want to work hard, you know. On top of that, we're all very self-motivated, but we work together with anything that might be hurting or things that we struggle with weakness-wise. You're going to do it a bunch and get better that way, and, you know, none of us want to let each other down. So it's a great environment.
Yeah, I would say that, and I mean, like she said, he leads by example, and he makes us feel equal to him. Like, he makes us feel like we're fantastic athletes, even though he smashes us every day in everything.
So a very humble person,
Yes,
aside from being a
absolutely.
great competitor.
Don't tell him we said that.
Yeah.
Though.
No, wait.
We don't
Yeah,
actually
so
like him.
definitely
Just
not.
We're going to delete the live
You know,
stream.
this
later.
goes out to the world, right?
We're gonna
Just don't
delete
let
it, bro.
him
It's
hear
okay.
it. It's fine.
But saying that, the crowd absolutely fangirling over getting Rich Froning into a little piece of Australia as Rich and Royce jump over the line.
Nice.
5:26 unofficial time. So leading from the front in the first pair event, JC and E coming over the line just ahead of Rob Forte, Jay Crouch, making up a heap of time on the barbell down the floor. But not too much between them. We'll see how that plays out. Over the weekend, 6'4" Army with a great lead, but it's slowed down a little there left of screen in the grey shirts. Ryan Woodall about to come over the line, a Masters athlete at the CrossFit Games for many years. At 8 minutes on our time cap, so still 2 minutes remaining. All these teams will get under that time cap. Dave Driscoll, top of the screen, Wanderlust in Bali, moving the barbell into the last segment. Hayden Wolfsbauer from Boutique Athletic CrossFit down on the Gold Coast, joining up with Dave Driscoll. There they are to the right of screen. 90 seconds now remaining, and our last team. Dave Driscoll, Hayden Wolfsbauer. Hayden doing very well in the Open for his native country, New Zealand. And Dave spending his time between Bali and Byron Bay as they step